All right, we are live. All right, we are live. And in this stream, my goal is going to be to outline the nature of the Kraken Drive. We've done several designs, but we're going to start from scratch, and I'm going to explain it every step of the way for people who don't understand exactly what's going on. Or for people who have never played this game before and are seeing my videos. So we'll try to start from the top. The Kraken Drive is called the Kraken Drive because in the game, the quirks of the physics in Kerbal Space Program 1 were nicknamed the Kraken, where if you had a perfectly stable rocket and all of a sudden a part fell off or something weird happened and it exploded, you would blame the Kraken for that. The quirks of the physics engine. Now, in Kerbal Space Program 1, there is also a Kraken Drive. But in order to achieve the Kraken Drive in Kerbal Space Program 1, it's different. The Kraken Drive is simply a way to exploit the physics in the game in order to achieve acceleration and speed and delta V that you wouldn't otherwise be able to achieve using conventional means, using regular engines. Now, to explain the simplest form of the Kraken Drive in Kerbal Space Program 2, to explain the simplest form of the Kraken Drive in Kerbal Space Program 2, all you need is the CR7 Rapier engine to start out with. This is all you need to start out with. Here, we'll build straight up. This is the simplest design that I've managed to find. And then you need a structure. You can use pretty much any structure, any of these panels, any structure, any physical structure. But I've found that the TMP XS, the multi-point connector, which is basically a perfect cube, works the best. And you place that on top of the thrusters of the engine, the exhaust of the engine. So the engine is technically pushing down now. If you were to turn on the engine, the fire would go up and it would push thrust downward. But we have it flipped upside down, and then we have the cube on top of it. And then we take the rotate and translate tool, we click the cube, and then we move the cube 1-2 ticks above it. Just like that. And now you have the Kraken Drive. It's that simple. Now, everything you design around this is going to dictate just how effective this exploit is at translating into acceleration and performance of your vessel. Now, what I've found with what I used to get the speedrun record to the Mun and back, I found that using a cone-shaped fuel tank is the simplest way to get a very stable shape. Kind of like this. Because when you fly upward through the atmosphere, the center of mass is below the center of thrust. So this is like pulling it along, and aerodynamic forces are acting equally to keep this stable and pointing in the direction that it's going in. And what I've also found is we can actually translate this upward into the Kraken Drive right up to the point in which the engine is still showing, right? The edge of the, you don't want to do this. This doesn't work, but you want the edges of the engine to be showing like that. Now we may have to lower that a little bit more, but I know it's going to work if we get it at the right height. And then I take the couple of observation module, I place it on the bottom of this to keep the center of mass underneath the center of thrust. This is one of the lightest pods in the game, and it holds 1 Kerbal. Then we translate this one upwards into this, just like that, right? And it all fits nicely, and it's just like this nice cone shape with this cube floating above it is what we're left with. Now, to finish it off, we have to make sure that the Rapier engine is in closed cycle mode, because typically you would have an intake in front of it so that air could fly in through it and oxygenate it. But we're using methalox. We're using methalox, not just methane. And then you need to turn the gimbal off, because the gimbal makes it very unstable. Any minor gimbal adjustments will make it fly off course rapidly because of the insane amount of thrust that we experience. The insane amount of force that this thing produces. Any type of gimbaling or adjustments will make it fly way off course. So this is my basic design. It can be expanded upon. We could probably do something like this, do something like this, and probably still get it to work. But we're just gonna stay very simple and small. This thing has 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces to it. 4 pieces. That's all you need in the right configuration. All right, so we're gonna save it, and we're gonna attempt to launch it. And this thing should just take off into the sky in an extremely stable manner. I don't have any RCS on. I'm not touching anything right now. And we're already over 10,000 meters per second. And we're in space now. And this is our trajectory, just to put it into perspective. This is our trajectory. We've already exited Kerbal. Yeah, we are not even in solar orbit anymore. We are headed out of the solar system. At this point. So that is the core of the Kraken Drive explained. What's up, Joe? How's it going? Here, let me get the yeah, we're just explaining the Kraken Drive. And this is the most refined design that I've achieved, with no RCS, no wings, nothing. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces to it, perfectly stable. All you have to do is put it on the launch pad and press spacebar, and that's it. So, now that we've explained this exploit effectively, I'm going to attempt to expand upon it and see just how much Delta V we can truly get. Because technically, from what I understand with the design, it should provide enough thrust to lift this off the ground. From what I understand. So we will find out. This giant rocket now, will it launch? Yes, it will. With now it's launching much slower than we launched before because it's much heavier. But look at how much fuel we have. We have 76 tons of liquid fuel. Yeah, we need RCS on if we want any type of maneuverability. We're just creating our we're doing our I think they call it the circularization burn, where we are circularizing our orbit around Kerbal. Now we're in a good spot to go to dress. Should we try to go to dress? The current KSP challenge this week is orbit, land, and air-launched rocket. Yes, well, what do they mean by air launched? Oh, you would have to fly it into the sky and then launch it? No, I don't think this counts because this is a ground launched rocket. I think in that case, you need to design a plane to carry the rocket into the sky and then detach the rocket and then fire the rocket and reach orbit, right? That's a two-part design. And given the extreme bugginess of the game, I'm not going to spend any time doing that because I don't want the Kerbal Space Center to show up and destroy my vehicle. From a plane, technically, the opposite of the space shuttle? Yeah. I can't remember what space agency was attempting that. Was it Virgin Galactic? Virgin Galactic was trying to make a... It's an interesting idea, because if you can get a rocket, you're basically getting the rocket halfway there, right? You're saving it all that delta V to get into the upper atmosphere, and you're giving it that rotational energy around the planet. So it makes sense. Yeah, the opposite of the space shuttle is the best way to describe it. Yeah. All right, well, we're gonna just burn straight towards dress after Kerbin gets out of the way. Nice, it's on the same plane as our prograde, so that shouldn't be too difficult. And away we go. Yeah, I've been trying to do a solid space shuttle run. It's been bugging and crashing my saves. Toasted? Yeah. That's not your fault at all. I'm sure your design is great. It's just the state of the game makes it very difficult. And if you're spending like 50% of your time reloading stuff, trying to work around bugs, and like reloading the game, it's not really fun. What's fun is going straight to dress using the Kraken Drive and speedrunning to the MUT. I read the update notes, and now I'm not going to get anybody's hopes up. I'm just saying, I'm reiterating what one of the developers wrote about what's coming in the first update. Quote unquote, within the next few weeks, soon TM. But they did say that they fixed the bug, or they will have fixed the bug, where the Kerbal Space Center just shows up in space. We should probably not be burning straight towards it. You should probably be burning like this. We gotta make sure we don't crash in. We're not burning into Kerbin. Yeah. This is how we should be burning. There we go. There we go. Let's wait until we are... Okay. Let's wait until we're out of Kerbin's sphere of influence. can't miss home if you bring it with you. Very true. All right. Now I'm just gonna make a node. Help me figure out how I need to burn. I realize this is gonna take a ton of delta V, but it's okay. It's saying we have no fuel, but that's a lie. If we burn prograde, there we go. That's what we wanted to see. There. We kind of want to get in front of it a little bit. Yeah. All right. Now that we have the maneuver direction, we'll just start burning that way. And it says we have no fuel, but that's a lie. And once our prograde shows up on top of the maneuver direction, then we know we've burned enough. But yeah, these burns are gonna take a long time. Even with the Kraken Drive, the thing isn't all powerful, right? It has its limits. It has its limits. Wait, why? Why was it not? That was very strange. When I sped up time, it was like it stopped. See how the... It's like it's not burning right now. Look, my apoapsis is actually decreased. That doesn't make any sense. But then when I put it back down to 1 speed, my apoapsis increases? Oh, what? Yeah, so something with the time warp just messed our... I don't know. Tankette crew, welcome. Thank you. Thank you for subscribing. Welcome. Yeah, apologies if my responses are delayed. The stream has a little bit of a delay. But it's lying saying you have no fuel. Warp burns don't work. Oh, weird. That is very weird. Oh, what was that? That was so... What was that? Did you just see that trajectory? What was that? We're okay. We've made it. That was a very long burn, though. All right. So it's saying this thing is going to be here and we're going to be here, right? I just right-clicked that and it's actually staying. That I don't recall happening before. In the past, I had to keep hovering over it. Cool. All right, well, now we need to burn anti or radial in. Yeah, we're also, I mean, I was about to say we're upside down, but is there such a thing? See how the distance from target's decreasing? And now it's stopped decreasing or slowing down. Yeah, our orbit should not be slowing down. Because we're aiming ahead of it even more now. Okay, see, now it started going back up. All right, now we're gonna burn prograde so we get to it faster. Actually, we should burn towards the target in this case. Yeah. So our relative speed increases and our distance from the target's increasing. There we go. And those two little yellow dots are getting a little bit closer together. We would like to be within 100,000 kilometers at least. That way we can adjust our trajectory right at the last second. And our time to the intersect is decreasing because we're speeding up relative to dress. And yes, unfortunately, I cannot speed up time because, well, actually, let's see. Now, see, now it's saying I'm moving away from target, but then when that messes with my brain. When I speed up time, it's showing my distance from target increasing, but then when I make time warp 1, it shows it decreasing again. So it's changing the way I'm burning while I'm time warping? I don't know. Either way, we can make this go a lot faster by doing this. We're burning across our target direction. We're trying to lower the... There we go. Okay. Okay. Now we've crossed over. Now we just burn straight to the target because we are in alignment. We are in alignment with where we're going to meet up with it. Yeah, that's... All right, well, we're kind of within 100,000 kilometers. Yeah, making it to other planets is the amount of time it takes to get to another planet, even using the Kraken Drive. It's significant. Compared to the Mun, I mean, we're talking over 10 times, maybe even 100 times. The distance. Eve would have probably been faster to get to, just based on its distance. But I just saw that Dress was kind of as close as it's going to be, so the raw distance to Eve would have been much faster, though. Oh, we made it. We made it. We're entering Dress's sphere of influence, and I'm getting 10 frames a second. Yeah, we're gonna like come in this way and then come out that way, I think. Oh god, I gotta, yeah, okay, look. I don't think we're gonna, yeah, we're gonna speed up time. Yeah, I'm just gonna speed up time. We've just been spending like the last 10 minutes correcting our trajectory straight to Dress. Oh my god. It's so laggy that I'm like so afraid to overshoot it. Getting 6 frames per second now. All right, we've got to start. We may explode right now, by the way. Okay, we didn't. All right. We need to go this way. Kerboy, welcome. What's our trajectory? It's a surprise. Yeah. This is our current state of maneuvering. This is how fast we're maneuvering, by the way. At 1x speed. Right, I'm turning SAS off because it seems to have stopped understanding the directions of the things. And this is why we gave ourselves plenty of time to look at how it's like, oh god. Yeah, something very bad is happening on the back end in terms of what it's trying to calculate right now. Yeah, we don't have the acceleration we typically do with our other vehicle, but you can see how much fuel we have. I don't know how to find the sweet spot. I think we went a little bit too crazy with the giant fuel tank. Like, I don't think we needed this whole thing here. I think we could have just left it with this and we would have been fine. I think we need to go radial out now. Yeah, either way, this isn't gonna understand how to do this. We need to go radial out, combination of radial out and retrograde. But because we're getting 10 frames a second, it's gonna take a long time. Now, as for actually... Oh, I know where we need to burn. Actually getting this burn done in a time frame faster than the next 10 minutes. I'm gonna try and speed up time again and pray. Oh, we just all of a sudden started getting we have 60 FPS. We're hitting, no, 54 FPS. All of a sudden, it's smooth again. It just stopped calculating our entry into Dress's sphere of influence, and our frame rate went from 10 frames per second to 54 frames per second. Kerboy, it mostly has to do, honestly, at this point, with performance. And we just started getting a significant amount more frames, so. All right, please get us into Also, it has to do with the fact that I can't burn while time warping. Oh, wait, that's not the right direction. But yes, you are correct. I mean, this delta V is probably over 100,000, so you don't need an efficient orbit, technically. We're just trying to make it so the game doesn't run like an absolute potato slideshow. Now let's see if we can speed up time. Please? Please? Nope, our orbit is increasing while we're burning retrograde. Okay. Okay. So it's as if our burn doesn't exist while we're time warping. Dave, welcome. Yeah, the Kraken Drive is insane, but we went a little bit too crazy with it, and we're having trouble maneuvering and stuff. It's taking forever. We shouldn't have gone with the extra large tank. We just shouldn't have. It was too ambitious. We should have cut this whole thing off. It's going to take a very long time to slow down. I hate to break it to you. If I burn prograde in time warp, no, it doesn't seem, when I time warp, it doesn't seem to register that I'm actually burning at all. I just tried that earlier. Yeah, this is gonna take a long time. We started getting, let's see if we can get into, see, look, I'm at 2x speed. My orbit's not moving, even though we are currently losing fuel. So let's enter Dress's sphere of influence. Hopefully we'll get more than 7 frames per second. Nope, now we're getting 5 frames per second. Oh, dude, this is like, this reminds me, I don't know if anybody here has played Dwarf Fortress, but it's like, you know you've beaten the game when you start getting less than like 5 frames per second. Oh, all of a sudden, we're getting, oh, all of a sudden it's going up to, I don't know what happened. Yeah, all of a sudden it's smoother now. No, this isn't a bug. We haven't experienced any bugs. We're just experiencing severe performance issues based on how it's calculating our interaction with Drez's sphere of influence. I think it's just because we're going so fast. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, it could be the speed of the ship. We're coming in very fast. But if we just keep burning retrograde, we should be fine. Making it to Drez in 70 days is pretty crazy, though. I don't know how long it typically takes to get to Drez conventionally, but I'm pretty sure it takes way longer than 70 days. Pretty sure it takes over a year, over a full rotation. To catch up to Dress. Well, not to catch up to Dress, but to reach Dress. All right, so this burn is gonna last another, it seems like it's ticking down 100 meters per second every second, so we're gonna be burning for the next 2.5 minutes, and I cannot speed up time. I will test it again. Nope. So I will be right back while this is going on. I'll leave it running, but I'm gonna make another cup of coffee. Here, let me move the BRB up here so you can see my Delta V. What's everyone's favorite planet? I'd say just Duna. Honestly, I would say just Duna. Yeah, Duna's got the coolest combination. And then if you were to ask me which moon is my favorite, I would say Lathe, because it's a freaking water moon. All right, I'll be right back. And I'm back. And we're almost, I timed it perfectly. We're almost slow enough. Is it gonna do the thing? Aha! Aha! The long-awaited wrapping of the orbit. And hey, look, we're getting 50 frames per second again. Would you look at that? We've made it to Dress. And yes, we are going to sync our orbit with the rings of Dress. We will fly amongst the debris around Dress. Man, they need to just remove that from the game. I don't need safety. You don't need to slow down time for my safety. Do the rings have collision? We're gonna find out. If we explode in the ring of Dress, that would be an achievement. I hope they do, but my instinct is telling me they do not. If we die in the ring around Dress, I would be happy. That would be an achievement. I can't go any faster than this, by the way. All right, we need to start correcting our orbit right about here. Okay, so we need to burn what? Anti-normal? So we're in the same plane. Yes, we burned a little bit prograde while we were doing that. We should be able to. Yes, we can see Dress completely. I think that's the shadow of the ring around it, which is above us, kind of. Man, celestial camera, please. There we go. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, we're in the plane of the that normal burn. That normal burn put us in the plane of the ring. The dress music is pretty nice. I like it. All right, once we reach our apoapsis, we'll burn prograde, and then that will circularize our orbit in sync with the ring around dress. Now it's hard to see, but we are heading towards the ring now. Gonna hit our periapsis in, or our apoapsis in 43 minutes. Oh. We have rocks flying around us. We are in the ring of dress now. It's below us. It's slightly below us. Cool. Can we go to Big Planet? Christy, welcome. Which big planet? We're around Dress right now. Dress is kind of big. It's not really big, but it's kind of big. Yeah, our SAS just isn't functioning very well. I don't know why. And there you have it. We are flying amongst the ring of dress. And it does not seem to have collision, because if it did, we would be roasted right now. How does your computer survive this game? It barely does. It barely does. Like, this whole trip, we were getting an average of 10 frames per second. At points, we were indeed getting 3 frames per second. That's pretty cool looking. KSP 2 FPS. Let's go down. Down would be anti-normal. So OG, OG. We have flown through the ring now. Cool. Well, we made it to Dress. We flew through the rings. Yeah, our orbit's all whacked out now. Oh, you want me to land on Dress? Yeah, I guess we could land on Dress. We will. Let me go through the ring again, though. I want to go through the ring again. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Here we go. Just tried releasing a probe from a launch plane and got the no comms bug. Oh, yeah, I got that when I tried to launch a satellite yesterday, and then I had to like change vehicles. Tried to change vehicles, and then I was able to get the comms working again. All right, let's land on the light side of Dress. Should we land on the icy part? Let's land on the icy part. I forget what they call that. There is a moon around Saturn that has this characteristic. That equatorial protrusion. Yeah, I mean, we can land pretty much anywhere. Like, the thing that just takes the time is doing the maneuvers. Oh, weird. Look, the planet's in front of the ring. Do you see that? Oh, that hurts my brain. Lapitus? Yeah. I want to land... Oh, this is cool music. I want to land over there on the mountain. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna crash? No, we're not. I have landed on the mun many a time. I know how to not crash. Vexberry, welcome. Who's the spaceman name? Bill Kerman? Found a small-time YouTuber on the homepage? Sweet. I'm glad you found the stream. All right, we need to start burning retrograde. We're kind of like hovering over we want to be going this way. Yes. Yeah, the music is like, I haven't heard this music in game before, I don't think. All right, we should be on course to land pretty much, yeah. All right, now we just want to burn there we go. Kind of on that peak there. Yeah, let's try and land on the peak. I'm gonna try and hover over it slightly. And then we're gonna correct our orbit to go straight down. Right at the end. We're gonna like hover over it and then we're gonna correct our orbit. or correct our trajectory to be straight down instead of horizontal. Yeah, I don't have any landing legs. We're gonna be trying to land this thing standing up on the peak of this mountain. And as far as I can tell, this is one of the highest peaks. I think that is the highest peak. This looks like the highest peak, but the one we're aiming for is actually higher. You can see clearly here, right? That thing right there, kind of. Do we have a rover? No, we have the Kraken Drive. That's all. That's all we have. We have the Kraken Drive and a prayer. Oh, geez. Yeah, we kind of missed the mountain. This planet like Saturn? Yes, it has. I mean, it's similar in the fact that it has rings, yes, but it's much smaller and it's not a gas giant. I think that peak behind us is higher. So maybe we go back towards that. By the way, maneuvering this thing is a nightmare. It's taking a very long time to maneuver it any particular way. We're gonna try and land on this peak. It's very not easy. And any mistake I make is like drawn out. Oh geez, I went the wrong way. I went the wrong way. We're gonna crash. No, stop moving. The SAS is just doing whatever it wants. The SAS is just doing whatever it wants. Oh shit. It's not, it's, what? We just went inside the it's continuously just rolling against the direction that I'm going in. We went inside the mountain. We're inside of Dress's cave system now. Should have made this thing smaller. I did technically land it. We just went through the surface. And we exploded. when we crashed into the bottom of its surface, we exploded. Well, it's a good run. I think either that over there or that over there is the highest peak, at least on this part of Dress. It was a good run. It was a good run. Landing legs wouldn't have helped. We made it to Dress in a single stage. We had an extra large, I'll show you what we had attached just to put it into perspective. The way that thing handled was absolutely, I'm surprised I even got that close before crashing. The fact that we only crashed to the surface going at like about 100 meters per second is amazing. Yeah, we had this giant, extra large, giant fuel tank attached to it. Like we just did not need that. Yeah, this should be much more maneuverable, and we still had over half of our fuel. You want to make a plane? We could make an airplane. I think they said the challenge was to the challenge is to make a rocket launch from the air into orbit. Yeah, Matt Lown, I think he made an SSTO with the Kraken Drive. But, I mean, anything you make with the Kraken Drive can be an SSTO. Like, you can take a giant extra large fuel tank to Dress in a single stage. That's all an SSTO is. SSTO stands for single stage to orbit. So We just made a single stage to dress. Yeah. Kraken Drive plane to launch Kraken Drive rocket. I guess I could try to design something that can carry a rocket, but I don't trust this game. I don't trust the game to be able to handle it. And the design process is going to take a while. Yeah. We can definitely try. I do want to voice crack. I do want to try to reach the speed of light. Last time we only got to 0.1% the speed of light. SSTD. SSTD. Bexberry, thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. All right. So let me take a jab at it. Let me take a jab at it. We're gonna try and do something fun and cool. I feel like, is this backwards? No. Yeah, that's the... Which way is this facing on the runway? Yes, that's the correct direction. Yes, we're gonna attempt a cargo plane. We're gonna attempt to fly a rocket into the upper atmosphere, detach said rocket in the upper atmosphere, fire off said rocket, and then reach orbit, and then deorbit. Did they put a speed cap in the game? There is a speed cap if you get too close to the surface of a planet. There is a way to turn it off, though. But you have to get into the files of the game. Yeah, Joe, I hope... I mean, maybe... I think the only way to avoid it is to just use Kerbals. Yeah. Like you said. Try to find a way to bring Kerbals. Problem is, there's no way to control both vessels. So... Well, we can pretend, right? Like, okay, the Kerbal safely flies the plane back. Whatever happens to the plane after we switch vessels, that's in the Kerbal's hands. And I mean, technically, if we have enough time, we might be able to. I don't know. I'm thinking very hard about this design right now. And it's kind of hurting my brain a little bit. So as far as I understand it, we can place this The swivel has a good ISP and vacuum. There we go. Like that. If you leave SAS on, the pilot may try to stay stable. Yeah. Hopefully. I have a fair amount of faith in Jeb. I'm gonna do it kind of safe. I'm just gonna try the most basic idea that I possibly can try. Yeah, that thing should be able to... we need, yeah. That might be a little overkill, but whatever. I'm gonna... How is the game gonna handle this? It handled it? Cool. Now, how is it gonna handle it while going through the air? I do not know. We will find out. One way or another. Yes, we're going big. We're going big with this design. Okay, we need to make sure that when we place the wings, it is... see, it's making them upside down because the thing I'm placing them on is quote unquote upside down. We don't want that. We don't want them to be upside down. Mirrored mode, right? But here's the thing. If I try and lift this one, ah, there we go. Okay, we got it. What? Okay, so something just happened. I'm getting 10 frames per second. And I cannot select the wings I just placed. So I'm gonna press undo and pray. Okay, we're okay. And we're getting 60 frames per second again. I don't know what just happened, but we're okay. Now I just clicked arrow procedural mode and I'm getting 10 frames per second and I'm only selecting, well, it flipped one of the wings. You can see that clearly. I think the best thing to do is to just do arrow procedural, get the wing shape you want, and then mirror it, right? So now we're gonna take this and mirror this. See, but they're upside down. Like I wanna place them. Oh, okay. So there we go. No. All right. Are we good now? I think we're okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what just happened, but we just forced it to be the way we want it to be by using rotate and translate. And hopefully that doesn't break everything. But we got it. So can we take this thing and then take all of the oxidizer out of it? I think that works. We don't need oxidizer for this. If this thing works, I would be very surprised. Very, very surprised. Now we only need medium gear. What? Why is this so small? I'm just gonna put it inside of that because I don't know how to, No, that's not a good idea. It's gonna be so, I think I know what I'm gonna do. Two riders and one driver? What do you mean by that? I am uncertain as to what you mean by that. make it look a lot cooler like that. And Kraken ride? No, we're not using Kraken for this. This is not Kraken. This is just attempting to get a thing into maybe we do need the large one. Yeah. No. Medium size on these. It should be decent. Yeah, when you're typing in this field, it still allows you to make adjustments to whatever you're working on. So we're just going to save it as new workspace and not touch anything. Yeah, this looks okay. I think we're going to try and launch it. Just need to get the staging right. All right, is this thing gonna work? I mean, I just got, like, when I design stuff in this game, I kind of get into like a trance and I don't say anything, and it makes me wonder, like, oh, should I even be live streaming? So as for the concept of this design, we have this giant airplane. It has a cargo bay in it. While it's flying as high as it can possibly get and as fast as it can get, we're gonna open the cargo bay. We're gonna detach the rocket from inside of here. And then it's gonna fall down. This will pull up. This will fall down. We'll gain control of it and then hopefully be able to get it into orbit. That's the general idea. Except... yeah, this is why you do struts last. It deleted our struts. Oh, you gotta love that it changes your... okay, we're fine. Gotta love it. All right, well, that's the general idea. And we're gonna attempt to fly this thing and launch it. And yeah. So Bill's gonna go... no, Bill is our... we're gonna trust Jeb to fly. Or we're gonna trust Valentina to fly. Valentina's always good luck when we... and then Bill is gonna be the rocket man. Bill has gone to the moon and back in 12 minutes and 33 seconds. So... I think everything, I mean, we'll find out, right? We'll find out if anything's jank very quickly. But everything seems to... Oh yeah, we needed to do that. All right, let's crank it. You know, SAS is battling me right now. I don't know why it wants to fly. All right, fly to the left. I don't care. Doesn't matter. It's stable in the air. It just on the runway it kept wanting to go to the left for no particular reason. Surprisingly decent frame rate right now, by the way. Front wheels friction to 0? Yeah, but if it has no friction, then how are you supposed to turn? Yeah, like, the thing is very stable in the air. I have no idea why it decided it started to want to go to the left in particular. Maybe it's because of how the engine's fired up or something. I don't know. The music just got very loud all of a sudden. I really should get my cup of coffee. I forgot to get it. They'll probably go for like what, 10,000 meters, 20,000 meters, something. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think this thing has enough delta V to get to the Mun. I wish it did. If we put the Kraken Drive on the rocket, it would, but then flying it in a airplane wouldn't make sense because you'd have enough delta V to just do it in a single stage. Yeah, we're still gaining altitude. Yeah, we'll go for 10,000. And then flatten out. Now we're gaining some surface velocity. I think this is around the point that we want to consider like we're very stable right now. All right, where's the coupling? No, that's not what we want to detach. Uh, What? What? Physically, I have no idea what just happened. So I think what happened was, okay. Because we can't look at the center of mass, because we dropped the rocket, I don't even know where it went at this point. I don't know how to switch to the rocket. There's no easy way to switch to the rocket. And then it said observer can't switch or something stupid. So, but what happened is because we dropped the rocket, the center of mass is now much farther back. Yeah, the center of mass is back here now. So it's just doing flips. So I think what we need is less fuel is what we need. So when we that's effectively it. When we get rid of the rocket, it messes up the center of mass. It puts the center of mass much farther back because the rocket isn't in the center of mass. Right? This is the center of mass. When we drop the mass that's in here, this rocket that's in here, this center of mass gets pulled back all the way here. So we want that to be empty. That's gonna break everything, but we have no choice. We want a fuel tank right here. And then we want to make this like 50%. That should help quite a bit. Set the smaller cockpit as the control from here point while the game is paused. All right, we'll pause the game before we do it. But I think this should be, it looks weird, but this should be more stable. Because the rocket inside of here is closer to the original center of mass. The biggest thing with the wheels, with the physics, is you just want the spring strength and the damper strength to be maxed out. And you don't want steering to be enabled on the rear wheels. All right, let's try this. So yeah, we'll pause the game, save it before we activate the rocket. Should also have these. Yeah, it just wants to pull to the left for no particular reason. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I don't know why it wants to pull to the left. Is it because of like the rotation of the engines or something? I don't know. I assume it's because of the rotational force of the turbines. I'll give this a couple more tries. I need to get my cup of coffee. I don't know why those struts are there. Yeah, I don't understand why. And a perfectly safe takeoff. All right, we can't have these be. Yeah. Wait. What? Something's desperately wrong with the. Why are they not controlling the roll right now? When I try to roll, nothing is. Man, I don't know. I don't fucking know. Oh, I'm messing up. I know why I'm messing up. Okay. I really think it's angling to the left because of the way the engines work. But I don't know, is there any way to reverse? That'll work. If you have one upside down on top of it, then it will be rotating. Let's do it. No, it still wants to go to the left for some arbitrary... Why does it want to go to the left? Why? Why left, not right? I don't understand. There, we lost our rear. Yeah, no, it's not a good idea. I don't understand why it's turning to the left. There's nothing about the design that has anything that would make it turn to the left. Disable the friction from the front wheel. Okay, I'll try that. I just don't understand why friction 0 on the front would help. I think these have to be closer. All right, that should be okay. Another thing we could do is that. Yeah, let's try that. I really think it's because of the rotation of the turbines. No, even if I don't know. I don't know. Okay, I have one more idea. If we keep turning to the left, what if I shut down one of the right engines? If we keep turning to the left, What if I shut down one of the right engines? So there's more thrust coming from the left side of the plane now. See, this one is not turning on. So more thrust is coming from this side of the plane now. It seems to be helping a little bit. Nope. Even though we're getting thrust from this side of the plane, we're still getting pulled to the left. I'm gonna go grab my cup of coffee and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Yeah, I'm thinking this is going to require a full redesign. I changed something about the back wheels. Yes, Christy. I don't think this is going to matter, but we're going to make the back wheels max friction. No, I think this is going to require a full redesign. I don't understand.
2D, not 3D? What do you mean? We can't do this because are you talking about orthographic mode? Like this? See, so when we drop the rocket, the center of mass is gonna move back here. But it's tricky because we want the center of mass to be over these, but we can't really take these and put them up here. Maybe we could kind of do that. But if we open the bay doors, it looks pretty stupid. SFS? You need to try? I'm not sure what that is. Okay, another thing I'm going to check is how large is this payload? And does a small fuel tank fit inside of it? I think just barely. I think we might yeah, I think we might go with that design instead. Spaceflight simulator. I saw this game, what's it called? I think I can show this on screen. You're talking about this? Came out last year in February. So it's just two-dimensional. That's pretty interesting. I've always liked the idea of a 2D game that has Newtonian physics in it. Where 2 dimensions, but you have like orbiting bodies and yeah. Yeah, nice. That's awesome. If somebody were to make a game like this and make it like smaller scale, tune the physics and gravity to be smaller scale so everything's a little bit faster, where you could reach the moon in like 3 minutes if you knew what you were doing with just using regular rockets. Yeah, and this has a real solar system. Yeah, I don't know if that song is copywritten, so we're gonna turn that off. Yeah, cool. I'll consider it. It's currently early access, $12. I'll consider it. I think we're gonna go with a full redesign on this. I think this was a good Mark 1. We got this thing launched. For some reason, it's pulling to the left. But we're gonna go smaller. So we attempted to use the Mark III Condor cockpit. This time, I think we're gonna attempt to use the Osprey or the Phoenix. Use that as a name for First World Test Career. Use this code for a name called Test Career. I'm not sure what you mean by that. But yeah, I don't think I did create a new career. Let's quit to main menu. I want to make a completely fresh career save to attempt this design, because we did use the Kraken Drive and we made it to dress in this same save. So some things may have gotten a little bit toasted. Are you talking about Flight Simulator Test Career? Yeah, I'll check it out. I'll watch some more videos about it. It looks interesting. All right, the game is getting stuck in the game shutdown. So we're gonna just force quit it and start a new career. All right, I'm gonna take one more jab at this design. It's been interesting to attempt, but we're gonna take one more jab at it. And then I don't know. I think reaching the speed of light is yeah, it doesn't matter what we call this. Oh, there's a career mode in it? Interesting. All right, fresh career save. Nothing's been launched in this yet, so nothing's toasted. I think we're gonna go with the Osprey for more variability in how we can set the center of gravity using fuel tanks. But clearly, the biggest challenge is after you release the payload, you lose that mass, right? No duh. But what does that mean? It means that your center of mass changes, and it means that your plane, which was once stable, is no longer stable. So, you need to design this thing in a way that makes it so once you release the payload, the plane is still stable. And that's difficult. That's difficult because there's no way to really check. What you need to do is design the thing to be able to fly on its own without any payload, right? At all. And then you need to put the payload in it and have it be able to fly as well. You need to look at the center of mass of each vessel separately and make them line up when attaching. Ah, that's, yes, very... So you'd want the center of mass to be basically as close to the center of the payload. Yeah. That makes sense. Kind of like that. Yeah, we're definitely taking that into consideration. This time around. And for added stability, a core design feature of this is going to be landing gear underneath the wings. So, and we're going to use rapier as well. Can we use a rapier? I don't know what the particularities of the challenge are, but... And there goes my FPS. Yeah, Chrissy, if you're used to watching my videos, or videos on YouTube, you're used to watching condensed content that's been edited down into a short period of time. When I live stream, I take my time with my designs and everything, and then I take my live streams and edit them down into 10-minute videos. So if you're getting bored, my live streams may not be for you, but I make sure to edit down my live streams into short videos which have more condensed content within them. But my live streams are very slow. I live stream for maybe 3-4 hours, and then I condense my live streams down into a 10-minute video. Yeah. But everything you see in my videos is not real time. It takes hours upon hours to figure out these designs that I've created. Yeah. I'm really wondering, we don't need that much fuel, right? Rapiers are fair game as long as the plane itself can't reach orbit. The rapiers are going to be the most stable way by far, because the rapiers have gimbaling, right? Yeah. Vectoring range, -3 degrees to 3 degrees. These engines don't have any gimbaling. So you really rely on control surfaces for all of your stability. I want to check the yeah, that should fit pretty well in there. Because ideally you drop the cargo in space and just circularize. Well, that's kind of my question. Where's the challenge at? If I can okay, primary goal, get an air-launched rocket into low Kerbal orbit. Stretch goal, land an air-launched rocket on the moon. Jeb level goal, land an air-launched rocket on Duna. Val level goal, launch an air-launched rocket from Lathe and land on Kerbal. Okay. Yeah, as for the stretch goals, I don't know. Yeah, so oh, it's in the launcher? Okay. So ideally we'd get this thing into the vacuum of space and then detach this thing and then have it re-enter. We've done that. We've done that, but not. Yeah. I understand the challenge. Wait, am I selecting the wrong thing? All right, this can go away. Weird. Why is it not? Something very odd has occurred? I don't know. Okay. Well, there we go. Whatever. I think what we need to do is this with the two Rapier engines on the back. So it's an SSTO that barely can't orbit, but can drop a rocket that can. Yes. So yesterday at the end of the stream, what we did was we launched a rocket, released a satellite into orbit, and then deorbited the rocket and had the satellite use its tiny amount of delta V to circularize its orbit, while the launch vehicle deorbited and burned up in the atmosphere. But it makes it a lot simpler if you can reach the vacuum of space when you open the cargo bay doors and release the payload and so on and so forth. Because aerodynamics is annoying to deal with. Okay, I think what we need to do is that. And then we need stabilizers. Let's make sure it's in mirrored mode. Like that. And then we're gonna make a little thingy on the back like we did before. So I wonder, can we put an intake on the front of this thing? Like, can I just... We can use the radial air intakes, right? Kind of like that. Anonymous Puppy, welcome. Yeah, that center of mass is still looking pretty good. All right, and then we need a vertical stabilizer. I'm trying to do 3000 IQ design based on what we learned last time. Huh. That's looking pretty good. Again, if we want our center of mass to be a little bit farther forward, we can do that to add some more fuel in front. Put a little intake in front for fun. that should be okay. I don't know if this is going to be enough fuel and stuff. We need the landing gear as well, which is going to impact the center of mass. Huh. We do something like that. Get more fuel. Kamal, welcome. Yeah, we're attempting to design an SSTO, well, an SSTS, single stage to space, and then we are going to take this single stage to space, put a payload in it, yeah, we got to be careful about, again, the center of mass is getting too far back. So we'll get to space, it'll release a payload, and then it will re-enter orbit. You got Universe Sandbox? I've heard about that game. Supposedly it's pretty good. What we can do, this is what we can do, is increase the wing angle, right? There we go. And then move these forward. There we go. That's still pretty close to the center. And the thing is going to rest in it farther to the back anyway. So we just don't want the center of mass to fall behind the center of pressure, because if that happens, then the center of pressure pancakes around the center of mass and we slip out from underneath it, from above it. All right, that should be all right. Forgot some stuff in between. Which wings didn't collapse. You also made a star system. Nice. All right, that looks good. I think we're gonna try and get this thing launched. Looks a little bit janky, but it should work. Let's get these angled a little better so that they don't clip so much. They don't need to clip like that. All right. Oh, and then we need a hotkey to switch the cycle mode, right? So we press 1 and then it goes from air breathing mode to closed. Oh, did we put... We did use oxidizer, right? We have oxidizer. Yeah, we don't need much oxidizer. All right, save it and let's launch it. See what happens. Just blue screened? Oh no. Yeah, I mean, there's some serious issues. Oh, we forgot to turn off steering, max friction, very, very low friction on that. The spring strength, the damper strength. There we go. All right, let's launch it. Seems pretty stable on the runway. Yeah. All right, it's because the landing gear are so far behind the center of mass. That's why. I'm almost certain that's why. That's at least what it looked like to me. Yeah, see, these are so far behind the... Ooh, that's actually nice. That's moving the... What? It's not letting me move that forward anymore. All right, that should be a little better. This is our second attempt at making this thing. It's definitely interesting. Oh, is that floating? It's floating a little bit. Yeah, we need to fix that. Why? No, it's still nosing down. Why would that be happening? Why aren't these wings counteracting? Did we make those wings and not control surfaces? I think we may have made the rear stable. Yeah, I know why. I see now. There are two things. One, the landing gear in the rear are floating slightly, and two, the rear wings need to be control surfaces. That should do a little better. But yeah, later I'm probably... Oh. Center of mass. Center of mass is like right above the rear wheels, so it's kind of like... Yeah. But that's kind of what you want, right? Yeah. That was a very smooth takeoff. Very stable. Unfortunately, there's no way to check the... Yeah, see how much delta V we have? It's not a lot. I believe... Thank you, Joe. Thank you. Well, we also have to remember we're going to be carrying a large payload as well. I do have an idea, though, to reduce our weight even more. I need to check these. Now we're at 50% fuel. We also should put RCS on, yeah, that'll make it more stable. Well, we got pretty high. I mean, an apoapsis of 22,000, like, if we could put a payload in this, we can open the cargo bay doors, right? Detach it, and then fire the rocket off, right? Let's try it. I think we need more fuel, though. I'm thinking of two things. Actually, three things. One, we can change the cockpit to be the smaller one, which is going to be lighter. Two, we can add more fuel alongside the landing gear. And three, we can add another fuel tank before the cockpit if we change the cockpit. So we're going to do this. I like how many times they crash Bill into the sea. He'll never quit his job or try to sue me. Bill is a god. Bill has made it to the Mun and back in 12 minutes and 33 seconds. Withstanding 800, no, over 2,000 Gs. Yeah, and then what I was thinking was it seemed like we had enough oxidizer, right? We just didn't have enough fuel, liquid fuel. All right, that is looking a little better. We could stand to move this whole thing a little bit forward, right? Yeah, that should work a little better. These can actually be out a little bit more, so they're not clipping so much. All right, this should work better. These are kind of sticking out a little bit. All right, I think we can put the rocket inside of it. So let's check the center of mass, right? We're gonna open up the cargo bay. There's the center of mass, right? Now what we want to do is we want to take a rocket inside of it, which is going to attach like that. Oh, it's clipping a little bit. Okay, okay, okay. Like that. And we have our action group manager 1 to cycle the mode of the rapier engines. We need another one to open and close the cargo bay. Is there a way to... Ah, well, we can control from here, right? If we press 3, it'll control from here. From the tin can, the rocket inside, and then if we press 4, it'll resume our control from the airplane. Nice. Oh, and again, our center of mass, these were a little bit... Yeah, there we go. Okay. Final checks. I think we're set. Staging needs to be set properly. So we have the rapier engines fire off first. Staging happens at the end. That stage breaks off at the end. This activates. We'll do that manually while we're flying. And then those will, yeah. Okay, I think this is set. Let's go. Let's go. How long have I been streaming for? 3 hours. That's pretty good. 3 hours and 4 minutes. GG's. Are kind of bouncing. It's okay. It's because the damper strength. Yeah. We have the payload and we are flying, so and we have a lot more fuel this time because we added these 2 tanks here. We have a lot more fuel. Yeah, and our air intake, our 2 air intakes seem to be working quite well. We did not add SAS like we said we would. I wanted to add 2 burner engines here. 4 burner engines around this thing. But it should be okay. We'll just be less stable in the vacuum. All right, let's try and angle up higher. All right, we're going pretty slow now, so we got to be careful. Yeah, we don't want our surface speed to go below like 100 meters per second. Otherwise, we risk pancaking. I think once this gets below like 70, we'll want to switch. Deltree, welcome. Yeah, we don't want the surface speed to get too low. And then once this reaches about 70, we're gonna want to switch. Yeah, let's switch. Yeah, we have large control surfaces because this thing needs to be stable at a very high altitude. We're actually gonna run out of oxygen, but we'll see what happens once we try to switch. All right, I'm gonna do 2. I'm going to activate this. Control from here. No vessel control. What? What? Did we forget to... Oh, we forgot to put a fucking... We forgot to put a fucking Kerbal in the thing. I'm so used to it automatically. Oh, also, it burned all the oxygen out of this tank. I don't know how to get it to not get the oxygen. We need at least 3.2 tons of oxygen. Can we do... Huh? Oh, before we activate the engine, we need to fill this up and then activate the engine. Yeah. All right. Well, we know this thing can get up to like 15,000 meters. Check the crossfeed setting on the decoupler. I think, well, we have it attached by the engine, technically. So that would not have fired off regardless because it didn't have any oxygen. See, it's connected here. This is where it's connected. No, I think we just need to save some fuel. And we ran out of oxidizer first, so that what that's telling me is we need a methylox fuel tank rather than a liquid fuel tank. Weird. The fuel use priority, so it uses it last. Let me check. I don't know if there is priority. Huh. What I can do is right at the end before I detach it, transfer all the fuel from this thing into the rocket. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. I think we're okay. But for some reason this is not fuel tanks, small to tiny adapter. When we do 2 like that, we did it 2 symmetry, and then we go to put a nose cone on it, it doesn't do symmetry. Oh, that's concerning because I think something bugged out. Yeah, see, now it's not letting me attach to that. And now it's not letting me get rid of this in my... Yeah, yep. Yup. Let's go... 2 symmetry. No. So is this whole thing not gonna cooperate? Okay, we did mirrored symmetry. Mirrored symmetry, but then look, they're upside down, right? They're... Which is weird because... whatever. Look, whatever. Sometimes the symmetry in the game is just like, okay. Alright. Nothing else should have changed. Right? We have a little bit more oxygen, which is what we needed. And everything else is the same. So we should be able to... do the same thing we just did, except we should have a little bit more oxygen at around 18,000 meters. Yeah, we forgot to change the suspension as well. But that's okay. Yeah, I sometimes get hung up on like some of the weird quirks. Oh, weird. This thing holds 2 people? Oh. I'm like, oh, weird. This holds 2 people? No, we forgot to put a freaking Kerbal in the thing again because we were messing with the fuel and then we got caught up with the symmetry. All right, I'm calm. I'm calm. I'm glad I noticed that, though. Because otherwise we would have flown for 3 minutes and then realized we made the same mistake again. But no, the last time we didn't have any fuel, so... I need to make sure... Here, okay. Bill and Bob. Alright, we're good. We're good now. I do want to control it from... that? There we go. Okay. And then one last thing. We want to make the suspension not ridiculous. Yeah, the way the suspension works in the game is a little bit weird. I just make the spring strength and damper strength max on everything. Okay. Christy, welcome back. All right, let's do this. Yeah, see how it doesn't bounce up and down now? That's because the damper strength's maxed out. So the weight is above these. The center of mass is somewhere right here. So we should have an easy time lifting off. There we go. You broke Mercury? I don't know how that works, but cool. All right, we want to maintain a climb of like 20 degrees. But we don't want to go below 100 meters per second surface speed. "10 kilobytes per second Wi-Fi? Oof." Oh, its temperature broke? Weird. Mercury is a very interesting planet because in the sunlight areas of Mercury, it's exceptionally hot. But in the craters that never receive sunlight, where it's dark, it's actually somewhat temperate. Have you seen the new Mohole glitch? No, I have not. Is that in this game? All right, we are getting to 100 meters per second. I'm going to switch. We need to remember to save enough liquid fuel and oxygen for the payload. Moho has a deep, perfect cylinder hole with a bottom you can clip through and travel to the singularity of Moho. Interesting. We could go there with the Kraken Drive. Then you shoot out the other side at insane speeds. All right, we're looking pretty stable. I think we'll go down to like, yeah. I think those fuel tanks each hold like 3 tons of oxygen, so I'm gonna check it right now. I think that's what we want. Give me all the fuel, damn it. Okay, we have no more oxygen. All right, we need to activate this. I can't detach from it? What? How do I detach? How do I release the payload? I just burned with this engine and it didn't detach. Like, we have this engine firing right now. The only coupling we have here, there's no payload. Yeah, status open. There's no way to like disengage payload. But yeah, now we're falling back down. It's like glued to it. Okay, so you can't. No, we didn't put a decoupler on it because we assumed that having the engine fire very slightly would detach it. Needed to use a radial decoupler. Okay. Well, we've got the basics of it. I don't like having to manage fuel like that, and doesn't seem like there's any way for me to prioritize fuel from everything other than the rocket inside of here, because what I would do is I would make it so it takes fuel from all of these tanks before taking fuel from the rocket and the payload. But it doesn't seem like there's a way to do this, so it's... That's all I have to say about that. That's all I have to say about that. You just need a decoupler? Yeah, we'll put a we need more oxygen as well. Okay. We will pray that this functions as intended. Okay, I think that is now attached. That is attached to the decoupler now. Okay. Put a decoupler between the engine and the end of the cargo bay. I think we're just gonna go with decoupler underneath this, attached directly to the bottom of the cargo bay. That way it'll like launch it out. Hopefully. All right, and we're bringing a little bit even more fuel, and the center of mass is right where we need it to be. So we're good on multiple issues. Now I just want... I don't think... Oh, wait, is it working again or no? Let's see. Okay. If this cone doesn't attach properly, then I'm just going to... Weird. When I do 3, it attaches it. That's concerning. All right, you know what? No cone. No cone. That's concerning me. And then I can't put it away when I click that. So that's concerning me. I don't want to trigger some extreme game-breaking bug by doing that. Also, we can have these down to 10% because they flap quite severely. Right, so this, we get up to 15,000 meters, open the payload, decouple, fire this thing off, and then fly away with it. Right? Oh, also another thing we need to do here, we're just going to do an action group manager. So what do we have here? Toggle cargo bay. We're going to add engine. These are going to be disabled. So we're going to disable them and open the cargo bay on 2. We're going to control from here. We're going to toggle. We're going to turn on, enable this engine. When we press 3. And that's all we want to do. And then we can press 4 to take control from here again. Where's the third nose cone? Yeah, I don't know. It seems to like put 2 of them on each thing when I have 3 symmetry, but not when I have mirrored symmetry, and it's very concerning. It makes me not want to mess with that anymore because I know if we like play something like that and then launch it, it could make the entire game break. So I want to get up to like what, 70 meters per second? Did our center of mass get pushed way far forward? I think it did. Yeah, we're not taking off. The center of mass is too far forward. You can just see it with how much weight is above the... Yeah, we're pulling up as hard as we can. Yeah. So, when we put that extra fuel tank down, it moved our center of mass forward. And thus we could not raise the nose to take off. All right, let's check it out. Center of mass. All we need to do is move these a little bit farther forward. It may slap the butt a little bit if we... It's getting very heavy and long. It may slap the butt on takeoff. Did I see this thing wiggling as well? I should probably add some struts. It'll be fine. A little bit of wiggle never hurt anybody. There we go. The front wheel's up. There we go. Oh. No, it's still not. No, then, yeah. It's still not great. We're not going to be able to... Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. That's not good. This is sticking out. It's sticking out now because of the... It'll be okay. We'll be fine. These are all wiggling as well. Look at that. No, we're not going to be fine. The wings need to be... Yeah, it's pitching down. Like, I'm battling it the whole way. It's working, but it wants to pitch downward. So we need to move the wings forward. I'm gonna try and fix this one last thing, and if we can't get it, I might leave this as a longer term project. Well, what we could also do is... Oh, this looks so janky. I don't know what to do about this. No, I think you guys are right. I think it needs to be like this. Yeah, but I'm so concerned about this stack separator. Like, the impulse should be like 1 kilonewton, right? Oh, also, it shouldn't be a stack separator. It should be a decoupler because we don't want... Yeah, like that. Oh, fuel crossfeed. Right? No, we don't want fuel crossfeed. If I turn fuel crossfeed on, will it prioritize this thing? I think it will, right? I think it will. Yeah, let's keep that on. All right. So the last thing we need... that to be like that. There we go. Okay. Save. Staging needs to be different. Let's turn on. We decouple that. That fires off. And then we're in the clear, right? One to cycle mode, 2 to toggle that. And then 3 to control and enable. Yeah, so we cut the engines. Press X, press 2, press 3. Yeah, okay, we're good. Should be a little bit more stable now. But yeah, this is our last attempt for this stream. Let's hope it works. If it doesn't, we'll leave it for next stream. This kind of design is a little bit more complicated. All right, we need to gain some speed. Yeah, it's a week-long challenge, so we can come back to it. But I like the idea of making it small, right? And precise. Rather than making some giant, chunky, crazy cargo plant. Like, we went big first, and then things kind of... I don't know. We had that issue where it kept turning to the left on the runway. I like making it as small as possible. Yeah, if your audio is glitching out, it may be your phone, because I haven't had any dropped frames on stream or anything, and my audio in game has been perfectly fine, so... I tried to launch an extra small size probe and I was able to deploy, but then comm bug. Okay, yeah. Like I said, last stream yesterday, we you can check on the stream. We actually had the comm bug where it just was not initiating, but then I waited for a little while and activated the engine, and then it started working again. I used the static antenna that has like the two antennas sticking out. It's a static antenna, so you don't have to deploy it, and that seemed to work. I will be right back. All right, I'm back. Don't throw Lapitus at a planet. I think we're reaching... Once we reach like 100 meters per second on the surface, then we got to switch the engines. Because that means that they are, yeah, see, nominal at 65, so we may as well just switch them now. You're pretty stable up until that. Like, we got really slow. Now we gotta... Now we gotta push the envelope. All right, so what we're gonna do is, once we're almost out of liquid fuel, we're gonna cut the engines, we're gonna press 2, we're gonna decouple this, and then we're gonna press 3 to control from the command pod, the tin can, and then hopefully we can detach and begin burning away from the plane. But we need about 2 tons of fuel in each one of these tanks. Before we do that. I think we're starting to get there. So I'm gonna cut it, press 2. I'm going to decouple. I'm gonna press 3. And then I'm gonna activate this. It's not controlling from there. I don't know how to get it to control from there. I press control from there. Yeah, observer can't leave active vessel. So I don't know how to control. But we did it, and we would be burning right now from that. I can't right-click it and control it. Yeah. So I don't know, based on the, and then it just disappeared. So yeah, early access. I would love to see a video of somebody doing this properly. But it observer can't leave active vessel. I don't know what that even means. It doesn't allow me to switch. I went to the tracking station and then attempted to control manually the tin can, but it just didn't allow me to. So whatever, we've given it a solid try. There are many days remaining, but as far as I can tell, the system doesn't actually let you switch to the thing that you're carrying. So I don't know. I'll have to watch a video. Hopefully somebody's figured it out, but I've never seen observer can't leave current vessel or whatever it said. What did it say? We had it though. We had it. The thing was loose in the cargo bay. And if I was able to... Yeah, we activated the engine. I went to the tracking station. Default name 2, controlled. Observer can't leave active vessel. I don't know what that even means. All right. I'm going to leave it here. I've been streaming for almost 4 hours. I'll post a video. I'm going to start working on editing a video explaining the Kraken Drive, which is how we started the stream. And yeah, over time, I'll probably edit down a video of this design if we can actually get it to work from start to finish. Because it would be cool to get this thing to work. I just don't know how to switch to the other vehicle. Yep, GG's.